Hey everyone, so I thought I'd do a little world tour, just because I kind of wanted to have a document of this world somewhere on the internet at least, for myself, if nothing else. Um, this isn't the same one as before, I think I should mention. The computer died and it just basically lost everything that was on it, including that world, so... but I started a new world probably tail end of last year, and just kind of been iterating on it for the last 5 months or so, on and off, you know. Very much been a piecemeal process, but yeah. So I thought I'd do a little tour of that and get my dog back to its spot. I don't know. I think it stood up to help me fight a zombie before I started recording this. So first things first, we have the mushroom-looking fountain. I didn't really know what design I was going for. But, you know, I think it looked alright. It's because the fountain came after the house. The house is a 2x center, you know, double doors, which means that I had to build a fountain that had a 2x2 design, which is significantly harder to make anything look passable than a 1x1 design, obviously. I was going to try and have some water flowing over, but it would have just been so bloated you could barely see what actually was underneath it, and I just thought, you know, might as well just try and make it like this, right? There's obviously some artificial plants. You have to have wood underneath these, was sort of a little annoying. I didn't know why I kept despawning. Made some little mini spruce trees, custom ones, which I think look quite nice. To be honest, I think they frame the building quite nicely. So over here we have the shed. It's not anything particularly special. It kind of is what it is. So this is the shed. I built this probably this morning or last night. I just needed a building that contained stuff. Basically, it wasn't enough space. Eventually, I started, you know, getting more and more stuff: cobblestone, dirt, sand, all that crap. You know how it is. And I just realized, you know, I need an actual spot to be storing my things now. And that's just what this was. I didn't want to do a kind of generic under the floor basement. One, because that's a space that's occupied in my house. And two, I always do it. I thought it'd be fun to try and make a little garage or something, but I did need it to be big enough. So this is my house. It's a bit of a manor. I don't know if manor is the word. It's certain. I tried to make a unique roof design. I'm pretty happy with how I did, considering there's no corner blocks or nothing. So yeah, this is just a little food bit. A bedroom. I didn't want it to be open plan, because you always get open plan stuff, you know. Like, I feel like most Minecraft houses are open plan, so I thought, well, if I try and kind of have a closed plan, I guess, or rooms. So up next, we're on our way to my sugarcane farm. It's really not impressive. It's very, very basic. This minecart system will be getting a bit of a revamp soon, I think. It's not very fast, and I'd like for it to be faster. And this, actually, I'd like to have an exit, like a proper exit. So this is just, yeah, it's a pretty standard sugarcane farm. I'm just checking to see. I thought I heard a skeleton. Yeah, it's a pretty regular farm. There's not much about it, not much grandeur. I was thinking of making like a complex kind of thing. So it was like a, you know, there's vertical car parks, but I thought about it and I was like, they would actually just cover it in dark, which means creepers and stuff would spawn in there. I just couldn't be asked dealing with that. So this was a nightmare to make this tunnel. It goes underneath the lake that's out back of the house. You haven't really seen out back of the house. You will see kind of what everything looks like, but it was a right hassle to really deal with. You'll see why, but that is what it's running under. It's about there. And it was took me a minute, I tell you that. So this is the mining outpost. Not really much going on in here. It's basically just I just needed a way to, you know, have an entrance to the mine not look like ass. And this was what I settled with. You'll see it from a distance, which is kind of how it. Most of these buildings shine the further away you are, which is admittedly not an amazing sales pitch, but it is true. Tried to add some depth to it to give it a bit of kind of, I don't know, space, I guess, to operate. This is the cafe slash restaurant slash thing that I built. I don't really know why I made it like an orb. I thought this looked a bit chandelier-y. I guess I'm giving you a tour of the bookshop now. It's called Toppings. It's a reference to an actual bookshop I've been to. I've been to 2 of their chains. There's not, I think there's like 4 in the country. Lovely places though, all the buildings are absolutely beautiful. This is where the owners would sleep, if there were any. I just kind of tried to make this look like some sort of furniture. I think I hopefully kind of made it look like, I was hoping I made it look like a chest of drawers or something. I don't really think I did, but yeah, that's close enough. You gotta get imaginative in this version. I thought, I wouldn't say Tudor housing, but there was definitely inspiration of it, you know, like the typical white and dark wood that we see over here. There's a lot of flashing images on screen anyway. I like those houses quite a bit, or at least like the traditional design of them, so I thought I'd kind of go with that. Dinner diner, so it is a diner apparently. I don't think it is a diner, to be honest. Now I'm looking back at it, it looks very much like a cafe or a restaurant. This is the watchtower, and I don't really know why I built this. I don't know. I wanted to make I just wanted to build a big wall, I guess, and so that's what I did. It's like the central kind of viewing tower, I imagine. Maybe the authority would be here. Obviously, there's no tech for CCTV. In this day and age, whatever that would be in this Minecraft world. I think kind of the thing that I've been working on, I would say, maybe not the longest, but definitely a while, is this. This is my library, or the hall, as I've called it. For some reason, I do prefer library. And it's just a lot of books, basically. I wanted to kind of build some sort of, you can tell that's where, you know, we'll be taking that back. Now, I don't know if I need to point this out, but I'm going to. These colors I thought looked really cool, and then it took me a while to clock onto the fact that they have some rather bad associations, especially historically. That was not the intention of the design, but I did dye all the wool by that point. It was a bit late to turn back. Obviously, this is inspired quite a bit by the Stronghold libraries that you see. I thought those just looked quite nice, so I'm going for that. Again, there's not a whole lot you can do with this version, but I did think it was cool because basically what I did with this is like I've hollowed out this mountain essentially. I was pretty chuffed with that because it was just a good project to have to kind of do work to, you know. If I needed something to do, it was really, I could hop on here and just do that. This is kind of what Arthurn looks like. Yeah, it's very cozy, I think. These walls are the most recent addition after that. This was in work for a while, but you know, it took I had occasional stops, and so I kind of worked on this wall as well as another side project, just to bounce between the two so I didn't burn out. I think it looks quite cool. I'm happy with how it looks because it's quite I'd say messy in a very deliberate way, because I wanted it to look kind of built to the landscape's needs, and I wanted to make my little place feel cozier because it didn't have a wall originally, so it was very kind of exposed. Another thing I did to make this look less bad was I ended up changing the floor because it used to, there was a lot of sand here. Easily my biggest regret about this world is the area I built in. I think looking out here really shows you kind of how desolate it is, but unfortunately this is kind of what a lot of that looked like. I had to do a lot of terraforming. Yeah. I probably have a screenshot here or there of what it looked like originally. And so I'm working on kind of getting enough bone meal, which will probably be the next project. Just go out, kill some skeletons. But yeah, that's about it, honestly. I don't know what else I want to do with this area, to be honest. I'm not at a standstill, but that wall was a big thing I was thinking of, and I got that done. And that library was a big thing I was thinking of doing, and I got that done as well. So I don't know really what else to do. Part of me is like, oh, maybe I should build another house, but I don't really care to do that right now. For me, it's a good product of kind of 5 months on and off play, you know, coming on when I kind of feel like I want to, you know. There's something to be appreciated about these versions. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you. You know, I hope you got entertainment value out of it, at least. Yeah.